Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. Um, this is I saw this on a news article, and then I looked up a video on it, and it scared the poop out of me. So I figured I should probably do a video on it because it's not good. This is not good at all. Um, adjust the volume here. The the item on the agenda for this video is synthetic biology. And for those of you who don't know what that is, they are literally creating engineered living beings. I did a video the other day about living robots that they can put inside your body, and they're made from frog stem cells. This is different. This is totally different. They're trying to create their own original DNA, and they're working on it. They're working hard on it. Now, genetic engineering is a whole different critter. Genetic engineering is where they change an existing DNA platform. They take a dog or a frog or a cow or whatever, and they alter the DNA to perform different functions. They can put different DNA in a cat from, they take certain fish from DNA from fish that glows, and they can put it in a cat, so now you have a glowing cat. They can do that. But now, that's a totally different thing. What this is, they're seeking to create an entirely new genome type. And what I mean is they can take basic building blocks of DNA, string them together how they want, and create an entirely new species. This is terrifying. This is not. This is almost inhuman. I would say it is inhuman. Think about it. You create an entirely new species. If you're creating an animal or a person, who knows? Is this new species going to be some kind of a slave species? Is it going to be a soldier or a worker, a laborer? Is this new species a robot, or is it a person? Because think about it, we created it. It's not natural. Is it? It's a synthetic person, literally. Are we? This is not. This goes beyond even cloning, because you're not even using human DNA. This is something completely different. This is basic building blocks of amino acids and things like that are found in all, but they're restraining them to make an entirely new species. Furthermore, if they're creating new types of people, do those people have souls? A humanoid, do they have a soul? If you see a person walking down a road and it's one of these things, is that person real? Does he have a soul? If he's sentient, which these things will eventually be, do they have civil rights? Are they the equal of a human? I don't know. You see somebody walking down a road, and they're obviously one of these synthetic people. How do you? I don't know. This video is almost beyond me, because and I've got a very fertile imagination, but I wouldn't know how to address something like that. You don't want to be a bad person, and what's the word? I guess racism would be the word, but you don't want to disparage that individual, because it is an individual, but it's not a human being. It's not. We're not talking black, white, or Hispanic. We're talking entirely different species of human. You see what I'm saying? And you don't want to be a racist, but at the same time, what is this thing engineered to do? Is it engineered to be a soldier? Is it engineered to make our lives better? Is it engineered to be a laborer? Is it? this is entering an entirely new, and I can't even call it a can of worms. This is an entire swimming pool of worms. I was upset when I heard that they were cloning living what do you call them, internal organs, things like that, in sheep and cows and things like that, which they are doing. I don't think I mentioned that in that other video, the cloning video. But this is something completely different. We're playing God by creating an entirely new species, which then by definition we are responsible for. We have to make sure they're safe and they prosper and they're. If you and your wife have a kid, or a lady, you and your husband have a kid, you're responsible for that kid until he matures. Do you want our society, not just individual people, but our society, raising brand new life forms? This is a whole passel of worms we don't want to open. We don't want to get into that, people. That's a fact. We do not need to get into that. And these scientists are they're doing stuff because they think they can. And again, I can't even think of a good reason to do this. If you create a species that's sentient and you're going to use it for labor, that's slavery. That's wrong. Any human being who's okay with slavery is a bad person, period. If you're creating a synthetic robot that's sentient, that's still a species. If it's sentient, it should have civil rights, and if it has civil rights, you can't make it a slave. The left bitches about overpopulation, and these scientists are trying to create more species for the planet. There's just so many different facets of this argument. It's not possible to go into all of them. But, and I can't even wrap my mind around probably a quarter of them. But my point is, this is a dangerous thing that we should not get into, because once you start down that road, God knows where it will end. We don't even know where that road's headed. So keep your eye out on the news and stuff for this kind of thing, because it's not good, it's not right, it's not moral. I don't care what your religious feelings are. This is not a moral act. You know what I mean? And so just listen for this stuff in the news, and if you get the opportunity to talk to somebody about it, congressman or somebody who makes laws or whatever, we don't need this. We don't need this at all. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.